The UK government has published a list of 24 areas where it wants temporarily to take control of devolved powers coming back from Brussels. It also claims that if UK-wide arrangements aren't introduced, prices could go up. The Scottish Government says London is planning a power grab. It's already introduced alternative legislation at Holyrood. Here's our political correspondent, Nick Eardley.
When we leave the EU, Scotland's fishermen want the UK to control its waters. But who should hold that power? The UK government wants authority over quotas and access to waters, at least for a while. It also wants to freeze laws on animal control, so different rules aren't introduced in different parts of the UK. That's despite fisheries and agriculture both being devolved. Other areas where the UK wants to hold some powers when they return include food labelling, elements of agriculture, including GM crops, some areas of environmental quality, chemical regulation and public procurement. Under the plans published by the Cabinet Office today, the majority of powers will go straight to Holyrood.
This shows the approach that the UK government is intending to take, and I hope very much continue to work in partnership with the devolved governments in getting the right way forward on all the detail.
But he believes not maintaining the same rules would be costly for business.
Those costs have to be met somewhere. Well, you can try and cut staff, or you can try and add a bit more onto the price your consumer pays. And so it's lose-lose if you go down that path.
The Scottish Government's always said it has no problem with the idea of UK-wide arrangements, but its concern is that under these plans published today, power over them would lie here at Westminster. It thinks the Scottish Parliament needs more of a say.
The fact that the UK Government is prepared to ride roughshod over its previous commitment to seek an agreement from the Scottish Government and is prepared to grab powers back to Westminster as a consequence of Brexit makes the securing of an agreement ever more difficult.
When we hear language like power grab or hear things discussed in generalised, elevated terms, we want to bang heads together. Let's have statements of what we think ought to be fixed, and let's set about fixing them.
Getting ready for Brexit isn't an easy job. The UK and Scottish governments will continue to try and find agreement on how we prepare for leaving the EU. Nick Eardley reporting, Scotland, Westminster.